friends, welcome back to Dergy be playing Persona 5 Royal. God dang it. Everyone thinks the Phantom Thieves murderized people, and so now this shit's going on. Look at this. This is probably like the visual representation of most people's opinion on us, just because news is powerful, man, in a scary way that I don't think it should be used. But, you know, people with too much money use it to make more money. So, of course, this kind of thing happens. I bet people that are trying to undermine Phantom Thieves' merchandise sales have something to do with the sheer amount of news. Either that or it's just, you know, Shido's agenda. It's probably mostly Shido's agenda that's pushing this so hard. But I bet that the reason it's got around so much is news is pushing this like crazy for probably Shido's agenda. So, fuck them. I mean, for other reasons, but... Or maybe I'm just cynical and decide that every single news thing is pushed because people want to make money or profit off of it in some way. Or at least that's, like, generally why a lot of the kind of news that's clearly bashing anything, if it's very clear, or at least, like, there seems to not be 100%, like, confirmation of something like this, because there was not 100% confirmation that we, the Phantom Thieves, are the reason that Okumura died, right? But, yeah. Everyone thinks that. I think the news has basically just been reporting that. Either that or just everyone's drawing conclusions, and I think either way it definitely does a good job of hammering in the point I think this game tries to hammer in, which is, I guess, something akin to, hey, be careful what you believe, you know, from what you hear. And I think that's definitely been a general theme in Persona since at least Persona 2, especially in Persona 2, because the overarching theme, from what I'm aware of Persona 2, is rumors are bad, okay? Alright. But yeah, I agree with Morgana here. No. Exactly, I agree. No. We can't let people just keep making fun of us like this. I agree. So if the police were here the other day, that means the Phantom Thieves were here too, right? Don't say that. I get scared just by thinking they could be lurking nearby. I've been writing all over the fan site, asking the Phantom Thieves to give themselves up. It doesn't seem like the police will catch them anytime soon. I did wish Akechi-kun would save us. Oof. Yeah, I wouldn't wish Akechi-kun would save you, but that's because I know what he's like. See, not even Joker knows what he's really like yet. But he will, oh god, will he? When he gets almost killed by him. In fact, he would have gotten killed by him if not for some, honestly, Deus Ex Machina-y shit that the rest of the Phantom Thieves do, which I love so much, but we'll get to that later, a good bit later, I think. Hello. So what's been going on with Okumura Foods since that incident? Big Bang Burger is still open as usual, isn't it? Seems like they're still around. The president passed away, but that alone won't end the company. They're selling limited items for the fall season, like the Moon Burger. It's true that the employees did nothing wrong. Actually, is it? I don't think it is. Wasn't there, like, scandals around Big Bang Burger about, like, people cooking naked in the kitchen or some shit? Like, some really weird, fucked up shit that the employees were doing. But anywho, I feel bad that the Phantom Thieves targeted them. We didn't actually target them, though. We targeted Okumura. Again, I think it's just information and biases that are, like, this girl is really kind of exemplifying why that's a ooey thing here. Anyway, I like her hair a lot. Anyway, probably because I love gingers and also I like tomboyish hairstyles, which definitely seems to fall into the category of to me. But regardless, alright, Derg, let's go. Quotation marks. Air quotes, send the calling card, except we're not gonna actually be doing that, spoilers. Okay. Whenever I remember the button to open the map, there we go. I need to look at things at all. I bet there's even a prompt, right? Yeah, does anyone else have a problem with, forgetting there's prompts on screen and just kind of fumbling when you don't remember buttons? With all the buttons. Please tell me I'm not the only person that does that. I'm trying to iron that out of my gameplay as best that I can. Or at least I say I'm trying. I don't really know if I can iron that out of my gameplay. I just need to become more aware of it, and I probably need to play games more consistently, more of the time, and just more deliberately. And it also just kind of more deliberately paying as much attention as possible. I'm already doing that though. There's just times where my mental state doesn't really let me play as flawlessly as I'd like to play. In fact, that's kind of rare that it does feel like it is. So maybe it's an expectation of myself I need to let go, frankly. Especially to do this for a living, because I'm going to drive myself crazy otherwise with things like this. Food for thought, friends. Let's do it. Rooftop. Did it, do that, did it. Haru, what's up? Free! Look at her.
Hey.
I didn't mean to do this. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right, wait, hold on. I went to the rooftop out of habit because that's where, at a certain point we used to have the hideout. I know it's in LeBlanc right now, but let's talk to Haru anyway because she's wholesome. Whoops, wow. You can tell my brain's not quite screwed on right today. Welcome to some days, friends. Especially some days with me, because I swear to God, I have more mental fuck-ups than everyone else in the world, but that's probably just my self-esteem talking and the fact that, you know, you see your own mistakes a lot more clearly, and you see all your own mistakes. You do not see all the mistakes of other people. And oftentimes, I will notice, hey, this person makes more mistakes than I thought they did. Or, like, I'll watch something where, like, man, he's playing perfectly compared to me. And then I'll watch the same video when I'm in less of a mood, and then realize that they were really not, and they were making some mistakes I wouldn't make usually. And it's, you know, and sometimes never make. Sometimes I never make the mistakes I see. So it's like, it's always about your self-perspective. Anywho, that's it for my TED Talk for now, but, you know, pep talks about this kind of thing is part of my content because I think it's extremely important that we talk about this stuff because so many people are walking around with this awful self-esteem and doing nothing about it. And I just want to help people do things about it and feel better about themselves. Because I'm doing it. I think everyone should. And there's so many gamers that have that kind of a mindset. I think that's part of what draws us to gaming, is gaming gives us this, oh, hey, look, measurable results so we know we don't suck. And, you know, but you know, there's always, frankly, healthier reasons to enjoy games. You need to move away from that's why you play games, I've noticed, and I have. I'm doing it because, frankly, it's just my passion. I love so many things about gaming in general. The feelings I get from them, and just the creativity and the wonder and the fun and the engagement and the communities and everything, right? And that's why I'm making this channel. Anywho. We now know the location of the treasure. All that's left is delivering the calling card. We'll need to assemble before we can do that, though, yes? Let's meet up with the others.
Yes.
I understand. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay, yeah. Wait, hold on. Well, yeah, let's go do that. I guess I could always talk to someone in order to do it, and it might be a good way to deliberately change up, how we're doing things in the future, right? Like, change up how we get to the hideout. Going and deliberately talking to someone who might tell you, hey, let's go do the thing. Because we don't actually know if that's what they're going to say, but, you know, trying to find someone that might do that, you know, and give you some nice dialogue to lead up to it, might be a different way to go about it. And see, again, I wouldn't have thought of doing that deliberately if I didn't do it accidentally here. You can always learn from mistakes, and if you can't, then you can learn how to better deal with the feelings behind mistakes. At least. So, again, it's always a perspective thing. I've learned to have a very positive outlook on everything. Always look on the bright side, and that isn't for everyone. I used to really, really feel like people needed to change the pessimistic ways they responded to my optimism. But I'm starting to understand that it literally actually helps some people. I don't get it, but I have had it explained to me how pessimism helps some people. It's just brain chemistry, I guess, and experiences. Probably more than one's life experiences than anything. But sometimes pessimism literally helps people. I don't get it either. I don't get it at all. But, you know, I think that honestly people should just be allowed to think how they think, but there's a certain point where, you know, it would be beneficial to change how you think if something is detrimental to you, and I'd like to help inspire people to look. I'm hoping my commentary helps inspire people to look on the the brighter side of what they're doing, so. Well, and also just, like, examine their behavior and be like, you know, maybe I could change that. Maybe that would be better. And I've done that, and goddamn, it's helped me in so many ways. Anyway, I understand. I'll need to change first, so you can go on ahead. And another thing is not seeing results from, for example, heck ye, Ryuji, but I'll continue with this conversation after I've made one more little point here. Another, like, segue of this, I'd say, is, and by the way, just welcome to the rambling nature of this content, because right now, I'm just trying to express myself in every way that I feel like I need to, and also might help other people. And I'm trying to figure out how to best weave it into game content, because I honestly feel like this is a good delivery system for getting this kind of good content out to people, instead of just, you know, videos that are specifically about it, because a lot of people are not going to look for self-help videos. They want something to entertain themselves. I want to entertain people, and also at the same time, absolutely help people mentally, have them walk away from something, having learned something, or having a different lens with which to look at themselves, or something that might help them, or at least feel less alone, less like they're the only one who struggles with A, B, or C, you know, camaraderie, you know, have had fun, a bit less stressed out, you know, and at least something like that. And ideally a combination of those positive things. That's my intention for people to walk away from my channel with. I'm gonna keep working and experimenting until I know I'm doing that for people. Because I don't know that yet, but I'm gonna keep trying until I've got it. Because I know what things have done it for me in content, in Let's Plays, in etc., right? I'm trying to basically have that same effect on people. And I think I get it. I get how to start doing that, but again, it requires me rambling a lot, and I feel a little insecure about that. But at the same time, I feel like I should absolutely just say what I want to say on these videos. And if I don't, it feels a little suppressed. And a game with such a psychological lens like Persona is the perfect game to do this in. And I think that, honestly, you know, relating the game back to real life in as many ways as possible, and also talking about other things that I think about along the way that might help someone, is just... it's just going to be part of my content when I play these kinds of games. Probably not every kind of game, but certainly these kinds of games that have more of a mature personal lens sort of a thing. And that is probably a lot of the games I'm going to be playing on this channel. Not all, but a lot of them. It's going to be like my bread and butter for sure. These longer RPGs with more mature themes and that sort of a thing.
So, when do you want to send it? The earlier the better, right?
No. In my opinion, we should wait until right before the time limit.
And here we go.
Ask your reasoning behind that idea?
This is what I meant. This is what I meant for those of you that might not be aware or have forgotten or what have you. When I said that, and I've mentioned this before in Side's Palace, you know, throughout it, or maybe even beforehand. You know, the fact that we are not going to be doing the calling card the normal way, like, you know, whenever we get to the treasure. We're gonna actually wait these 19 days and then do it. Which is... I don't really get why the game forces you to do that here all of a sudden. I don't really get the gameplay reason as to why they sat down and decided this needed to happen this way, but... I might remember or like see a reason in the plot when the things go down the way they do, but I just don't remember why. But there's the in-character reason is going to be explained right here. Either that, or it's the in-character reason that he's saying, but he actually wants to make sure to kill Sai at a certain point, or try to, or something, or us, or... I think I'll remember when I get to that point in the game. I feel like there was a reason that I did remember. I also don't actually remember if that's the actual case, but I feel like that might have been. Anyway, rambling over for now for realsies. Maybe only for the next couple of minutes or less, but, you know, sometimes you gotta Durgan ramble. That's, you know, what I do on these vidges, and if you don't like it, you can just click off, or fast forward, or skip ahead, or whatever, you know? Yeah. May I ask your reasoning behind that idea?
Sai-san is a realist, even if she believes the Phantom Thieves exist. Do you think she knows how they steal hearts? Furthermore, there is a chance she expects that she herself will be targeted.
So because her heart is ready for any possibility, the calling card might not have enough effect?
I only say that theoretically, but I believe so.
That is very interesting, and it makes sense with the psychology of this game and the, you know, the precedents established with regards to how palaces work.
Hence, it would be prudent for us to wait until we are driven into a corner to act. If we do so with no time to spare, I assume even Sai-san would have to be somewhat agitated.
Ensuring the treasure actually appears. That sounds quite logical. Impressive, Akechi-kun. Though, it is a bit vexing that you know more about my sister than I do.
Well, it makes a lot of sense that he does, though, considering the fact that she focuses on work way more than taking care of you whatsoever. Unfortunately.
That's only because of my work as a detective.
And the fact that Sai-san's an utter workaholic, so of course she'd have more interactions with you because you're a colleague. It's really sad if you think about it that way. It's okay, we're gonna fix Sai's, frankly, just awful, abusive way of treating her sister. Frankly abusive. Like, she's literally said shit like... what did she say earlier that really pissed me off, and pisses me off every time I go through that part of the game? All you do is eat away at my life. She literally says that to Makoto, or at least something. I know eat away at my life is the phrase to use, and God, that phrase, ugh, that hurts me. Especially because my parents have said similar things in frustration before. I understand now, or at least hope, that they didn't mean it, and I don't think they have much of a reason to mean it, but part of me will always probably feel that my parents didn't really want me being myself. They wanted a son, I think, but I don't think they wanted me. They wanted someone that was more conforming to how society's supposed to work, which frankly I think is broken and wrong and needs to be fixed, and I'm hoping to help that along. Anyway.
Well then, if our time limit is November 20th, and we act the day after sending the calling card...
Also, I'm really amazed at how Makoto's able to act so... Like, okay, I know she's pretty good at being professional, but here she seems almost uncharacteristically able to just converse with him about this and also not really show her sadness or vulnerability at all about this, and Sai, and etc. Despite the conversation they're having and the fact that she pointed out that he knows Sai better than she does, and I bet she's thinking the same thing I said, to a degree. I bet she would be, in character, in my opinion. Of course, I didn't write this game, but, you know, it makes a lot of sense that she would also be, like, you know, mentally being... God, she really just cares a lot more about work than me. That's what I think that she might think, especially being someone that's been in a similar situation with my parents, and Sai had to take up a parental role for Makoto. So, yeah. Anyway. But, you know, I have a very, like, strikingly similar relationship with my parents that Makoto had with Sai. You know, they clearly care about me. She clearly cares about her. But they're very fucking bad at showing it. They have no tolerance for questioning them or especially being someone other than they expect you to be. Which, goddamn, I'm not. They wanted me to just be a normal kid. Now, granted, I don't know if they really expected that, though, because I'm premature. I was born prematurely. And also my parents were old. Like, my mom was 40-something. Like, menopause probably hit pretty shortly after I was born. So it, you know, but again, I really get Makoto's situation, and also Futaba's situation to a degree, at least in the way that Sojiro treats her, and also sort of in the shut-in direction. Not the reason for her shutting herself in, or the severity, but the fact that I am kind of a shut-in myself, to a degree. But anyway,
We should
I
prepare
said I
as
was
much
done
as we can
rambling,
before
but
then.
I probably should just stop saying stuff like that, because normally when I make these videos, I'm not done rambling until the game grabs my attention really rapidly. Anyway.
Well, I can't complain about having more time. Make sure you're ready, everyone.
Will do! Alright, well, we can't send that yet. We literally can't do it yet, right? I'm gonna try, though. I'm gonna press the
You'd
button.
like to wait on the calling card until the 18th, correct?
Sai-san will come to recognize the danger most effectively if she believes she has already won.
Now, I wonder if this is actually the reason that he states. Because, again, I know he's a really good fucking liar, and his intentions are entirely different than what he's made them out to be with us. So, I'm wondering if this is the whole reason. Or if this is, what I'm guessing, I don't remember how this plays out exactly, but what I'm guessing is, this is the whole reason, but he has his own ulterior motives for it, rather than the ones he gave us, as to why he wants this to work, but the reasoning behind it is the same, is actually the truth, to a degree. Anyway, I think so anyway.
Let's keep prepping until then.
Okay, now, I guess while we're sitting here, I could just go ahead and Mementos. Yeah, I think I will do that. I definitely want to do some... Well, first of all, let's make sure we've got requests. Make sure if we... see if we have any. There we go. Huh? You curious about Mementos? Sure, I guess there's no point in letting time go to waste while we wait for the day to heist. For sure, let's get in there and do what we can for our last job. Yeah, not quite our last. Thankfully, honestly. Yes, it matters not how the public views us. Let us help those in trouble. Today seems like a perfect day for us to go to Mementos. Let me check our intel. We'll start with this one first.
Listen up.
This one's especially dangerous. This particular intel is on an ex-mercenary assassin. From what I can tell, he acts like a homeless man, but secretly carries out an assassination contact. If not even the police can deal with him, it's time for us to step in.
Really?
It'd be bad if we left such a dangerous guy out on the loose. We'd have to change his heart. We need to take down the evil that can't be judged by law. Of course Makoto would think like that, and say stuff like that. There are still more. This intel is on a heinous convenience store manager. Not only does he steal money from the register, but he gets away by blaming his part-timers for it. He probably just does whatever he wants because he owns a store.
Okay.
Let's take him down. Even though he owns a place, it's damn clear what's right and what's wrong.
Very well.
Very clear. Very well. I will go... Well, he already voice acted very well. I didn't need to say that. I will go along with this. There's still more.
Listen up.
This intel is on an elderly man who's been harassing people at Harmony Alley in Kichijoji. Oh yeah, I finally actually followed up on that. So yeah, that one too. He snatches people's orders, picks fights, and causes a scene by claiming he got hit and demanding money.
Come on.
Man, the list goes on, huh? Sounds like he ain't nothing but a nuisance. I haven't actually seen him do anything, but people really seem to be fed up with him. And the more people complain about him, the happier the old man gets. So his purpose in life is to harm others. His behavior will probably continue to decline if we don't intervene. I'd say changing his heart is the right course of action.
Oh, and
One more thing. Sounds like he gets severe joint pain on rainy days. I wonder why he doesn't just stay home and behave himself if it's really that bad. So he still goes out and hurts people despite all the joint pain? That's
sure,
intense.
let's go.
Okay, let's change his heart so he can relax already.
Yes.
I posted the calling card in Harmony Alley. I'm sure the old man's seen it by now. No objections, right? Man, we're good to go if you're okay with it. That's a unanimous decision. All that's left now is to take on the target in Mementos. So we got 4 there? Or 3? A number like that, anyway. A number akin to those numbers. I think it's 4. It might be 3. Anyway, I didn't look at the list clearly, or else I could probably verify that. Except for, actually, it might have just been 3, and I glanced at the list. But then there's like another one a few down that might have already just been there for a while or something. Anyway, but yeah, let's explore Mementos. Yo, how many targets we got? 3 of them. Okay, yeah, duh. Wow. I didn't even need to do my guesswork. That's right. They always say the numbers. Just how long I haven't... Actually, I was thinking about that earlier, too. How many we got? 3 of them, yeah? I think I was thinking about that earlier. Wow. I'm all turned around in my head. Let's just play the video game.
Alright, I'm gonna bust loose.
Heck yay, Ryuji. I'm just gonna bust, because Makoto's hot. I mean, what? Sorry. Brain got a little bit too pervy there for a second, but a little bit. Listen, my brain is always saying things like this. I'm trying to suppress them, but they just come out of my mouth sometimes. And just, goddamn, Makoto. Menenev is reacting. A new area has been confirmed in the depths. Updating guidance information. It looks like Mementos has expanded even further. I thought public opinion of us determined Mementos expansion, and that has plummeted lately. Our notability must still be on the rise, even if it's because of our currently bad reputation. So we're like a celeb who gets more famous because of the scandals? I don't like the sound of that. But it makes more sense. It's how many people are aware of us, not necessarily how they think about us. That makes sense. Because, you know, this is the public's cognition, so the more we're in their cognition, that's the only prerequisite for us having more access to it. It makes sense a lot. But beforehand, we thought it was the positive, you know, how many people thought good of us, but that was because that's what we were focusing on. Okay, cool, more people think good of us, but it was just the more people thinking of us at all was what needed to be happening. Very interesting. Either way, the further we go, the more powerful enemies we'll meet. We need to be cautious in here. Let's see where the changes occur, Joker.
It's time to work.
How is it?
Did I sound cool?
Yes, you did, Haru. You're beautiful. I love you. Oh my god, I love her. She's so adorable. Do-do-do-do-do. Penis, 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 penis. We're. Alright, words. Who does the Dergy bring? I will never bring Akechi, because fuck him really hard in the penis. And as far as I'm aware, we will have to bring him for the third semester anyway, so all you Akechi fans will be able to get your dose of him there. But as long as I have a choice, fuck him. And not in that way either. He's pretty hot, like physically, but fuck him. He's too dirty on the inside. Not literally fucking though, like I just said. Listen, I'm horny, okay? My brain will be thinking about sex until it isn't, and frankly, it's more than often than not because I love vagina and buttocks. What? Okay. Yo, Sky.
What is the matter?
Speaking of hot dudes, I'll be counting on you.
It looks like...
It seems the Vanguard is already packed full. Please designate a person with whom I should switch. Oh wait, hold on. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Actually, wait. No, I think my elements are set up. Yeah, my elements are set up for not having him. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, these three are already in my party. Wow, welcome to my brain today. Let me see if I can do any of this stuff first. Hold on. Is there any Velvet Roomy things I would like to do right now? What kind of personas do I have access to? I'm pretty sure I absolutely straight-shotted through last time and didn't, like, look at the personas that I got, so let's see.
You certainly seem composed.
Why, thank you. You seem composed too, Igor. You always do, though. Especially as you just kind of leisurely tap your fingers on your desk like that. By the way, this sheer, like, long-distance, like, rendering of, like... I just, like... Games frequently impress me with the visuals. Like, how do people make things look this good and amazing and interesting and artistic in games? It blows my mind every time I, you know, see any kind of game with this... with the clear kind of visual polish that games tend to have now these days. Especially these more single-player RPGs that, you know, it's less about the sheer gameplay and more about everything else. And that's just what I love the most, period. About games is the experience of playing them rather than, oh, challenge, but I do enjoy a challenge sometimes. It depends. If the gameplay fits me like a glove, and honestly, as far as turn-based games go, P5 is probably pretty up there. But at the same time, not to the degree that I honestly want to do, you know, all of the challengey content that is here. like the arena mode thing that's in the Velvet Room that I forget the name of right now, or the you know, the super boss stuff, or playing on anything higher than normal, or, you know. And I feel like there's too much difficulty-based elitism. There's far too much in gaming, because people like me can't deal with hard games all the time. I can't do it. I am mentally not cut out for the pressure of that, so sometimes I need to play easier games. Regardless, again, just more rambly Durgan. It's kind of how I am sometimes.
Time for some rehabilitation. You wish to
Heck,
perform
yeah.
an fusion.
Yes, I wish to perform a fusion. I always like time that just perfectly so that she's like, you wish to perform a fusion. I don't mean to do that, but it just happens. Anyway, okay, who can I go ahead and just start fusing? Nothing new. I'm looking for new things that I can fuse. Preferably without dumping holy money Batman, or really any money into them if possible, but yeah, it's looking more like, oh, except it requires a 56. And Sun is not, you know, one of... I definitely need to do more, like, confidanting, but part of me wants to just stock up on coffee so I can continue to barrel through the game. But I can do that in the evenings anyway, so I'll in the afternoons continue working on, you know, again, whatever is highest as far as, things. In fact, well, yeah, I'm just gonna let myself fill it out and get higher leveled before...
Are you finished? What?
I, get at least a little bit higher leveled before I do anything here. So I'm just gonna go back for now.
It is time, inmate.
I dig.
Well then.
Change car decals. When did that get unlocked? Because I swear that was not an option. Unless I'm just not remembering it. Hold on.
Oh.
I'm sure it's a Royal added thing, I know that, but I've played Royal before. And I've also played a lot of hours of this playthrough of the game, so I'm very confused as to how I feel like I feel like I have noticed this before. I feel like I have noticed this before the more I think about it, but I just forgot that was a thing. Yeah, the more I think about it, I've noticed this before. And I feel like it was earlier in this playthrough, but yeah, anyway. Party style. Phantom Thief style. The usual. What does party style look like? Alright, I'm up to something extraordinary. I hope you look forward to my new appearance. Heck yeah. I don't remember how that looks like. I'll have to think about it. I'll have to look about it. I'll have to like, blah! I'm sorry, my mind is going all over the place right now. I just want to sit here and enjoy a game and just vomit words out of my mouth. That's what I'm doing right now, okay? Alright, start part way in. And I hope it's entertaining to some of y'all. That'd be awesome. And I more so than that, it'd be even more awesome if I didn't just entertain at least someone, but I also, y'all felt like you gained something important or helpful or at least relatable or good in some way from this instead of just being entertained. Because there's definitely some things that I feel like I've gained from people that I love watching that go beyond just the value of being entertained, which is definitely a very good emotional value. But there's, you know, similarly to how some games, like Persona games, are a very good example of this, they seem built deliberately in a way to sort of impart things on people that are helpful in life, in some small way at least. And I do feel that I do hope that I'm doing so. I do have a great intent and drive to do so with my commentary. Regardless. Alright, Path of Ascarius. And I'm not going to care about getting all the stamps, because it's boring. So, yeah. Well, there it is. Kiritani's shadow. I get chills just looking at him. He's an ex-mercenary who is now a professional assassin. He's no ordinary person.
Yes.
If even the police can't handle him, then it's up to us to take care of him. Let's approach him with caution. Let's do it! Ah! You're here? I bet that idiot from earlier put in a request to you. Sorry, but I don't plan on going away. You kids played hero should just go home to your mommies. I'm a complete asshole. I'm even a murderous asshole. This guy's really fucking evil. Jesus, if you think about it. We can't just let someone dangerous like you go around killing people, motherfucker. You guys are more dangerous from my point of view. Look, as a mercenary, I've seen a lot of torture. Torture is all about killing the heart and soul. And God, the fact that this man can talk about this so nonchalantly is just, ugh. You've been destroying the parts you don't like in people's character. To me, that's evil. To me, what you're doing is extremely evil. Fuck you.
What?
Evil? Be ridiculous. We're doing our best to do what's right. It's my policy to only kill on the job, but I'll destroy you if you're gonna get in my way. Wait, if you've seen a lot of torture, but it's your policy to only kill, what does that mean? Have you just seen torture because the people you go after are torturers? Or do you torture? I'm very confused. Either way, die, please. Or not die, but that's what you do. I'd be stooping to his level. Either way, please have changes of heart happen, please, thank you. Don't worry, I'll finish you off. After that, I'm gonna kill off daytime me too. Wait, what? Daytime me?
Let's go.
What is that even? You are an enigma, sir. Anyway. Like, the part of him that isn't the shadow him, so he can just kill even more efficiently, I guess? Maybe? I don't know. Because he has no fucking conscience at that point? That's the best guess I can think of. It makes sense. Anyway. Give me a freaking weakness, please. It'd be really helpful if you were weak to anything that I'm throwing at you, but I have a feeling he might not be. He's a boss.
Let's go.
Okay, what have we tried and what have we not? So, because it's a Rakshasa, and I think I remember the Rakshasas do not tend to be weak to physical organs at all. I'm pretty sure I remember that. Alright, so yeah, I'm just gonna try all the magic first. Pretty sure I have the ability to literally try all the magic. Because I made sure of that. But, yeah, Bufu, Garu, so, yeah, Ice, Wind, Light, Dark, Ice, Wind, Light, Dark. Let's just go down the list, basically. Not down the list of the skills that I've got on my persona, but down the list in regards to how they're listed. Well, I guess instead of down the list, it's like along the list to the right. Anyway, now's my chance. You know, the elements in the order they're listed on, you know, persona stats in this game, in this series. I do, well, like, in this game because, you know, there's specific elements and they might also be out of order from, like... Anyway, why am I even doing it? Like, why am I even, like, explaining all this? I think you get it. Probably. I would hope you do. Anyway. Yeah, I'm just letting myself vomit out of my mouth because, frankly, I've felt not up to recording for the last few days because I felt like I wouldn't be able to be coherent enough. But there's a certain point where, well, all I know is I feel very fulfilled and happy right now playing, and I'm being very incoherent right now to a degree. So, it's always not as bad as you think it is a lot of times. You know, all I know is I definitely want to provide as good content as I can, and I'm doing that right now. So if I think about it, I'm doing my best right now, and if I decide that my best is all I need to do, and, you know, how it compares to past performance, or, of mine, or what other people think I should do, or what other people have done, that doesn't fucking matter. What matters is I do my goddamn best. And having that outlook is extremely powerful and helpful for just doing things that you might have otherwise utterly paralyzed yourself with anxiety, against doing. Anyway.
Your opponent is strong. Don't do anything reckless.
Oh jeez, whoops. Mashing buttons, okay.
Your opponent is strong.
So we haven't tried Wind, Light, Dark yet.
You're mine.
Yeah, I bet it doesn't have weaknesses. Oh well. I still want to fill out the roster just because I can. I always want to do that.
Want Panther's help?
I wouldn't be surprised if it was weak to light, but I have this feeling it might not be. Also, ow, poor arm. Go ahead and heal yourself, especially because I really want it. I'm gonna guard until I get to Joker and he can light. I'll light it because I have a feeling that Dark ain't gonna cut it here. Oh yeah, my Koga is right there. But do I have a single target Koga? Makoha Hama-on, which is insta kill. That's not what I want. I want damage. So yeah, it's looking like just Makoga.
Go down.
Not weak. I bet it's not weak to Dark either, but again, I just like filling out the roster. And it's not like I'm utterly getting pwned here, so as long as I'm not doing that, I think I have the right to play however I want. Which is part of the reason why I'm playing on normal. Because I think that these strategies, or in many cases lack thereof, wouldn't fly on higher difficulties, and this is just how I want to play. I'm sorry for any elitists out there who are pulling their hair out at how I'm playing. There are people who are playing the game closer to how you want out there somewhere on YouTube, I'm sure. So go to them and have a nice day. Anyway. Anyway.
The opponent is strong. Don't
Degardy Durgan. Darkness. I highly. So, okay. That's right. Okay. I don't have any. I forgot about that. I think I half remembered it earlier. Okay. I'm just gonna keep Rongda on me when I can. Here, be a bloodbath and die? That'd be great. No. Okay, since wait, hold on. Do I have darkness items? That'll solve that. I need to remember that I'll often have those lying around in case these situations occur.
Awaiting orders.
I think I passed all those that I might have. Oh, yeah. There's all these Ofuda things and stuff. Right? No? Okay, it's the Magatamas, that's what it is. Ice, Gale Shock, Psy, Bless, Curse Bomb!
Time to use this.
Okay. No weaknesses, I had a feeling. Usually that is how that works.
The opponent is strong. Don't
With these bosses and things. Not always the case, but, you know, always good to check, I think. There we go. Dead with the D-E-D and no A. Yeah, we freaking did it. Heck yeah, we did it. Heck yeah, we did it. Yeah, I think when, our politician friend isn't available tonight, I think I'll go ahead and I will... Yeah, that's a good idea. I think I'll go ahead and well, either way, I'll save all the strategizing for actually off-camera until I go ahead and actually do them. That helps, because if I just blurt this stuff out while I'm playing constantly, A, it stalls, B, I often end up not doing that, because I end up changing my mind by the time we actually get to when we're actually doing the thing, so... Anyway. Cyodyne, instead of Psy. Bam! In fact, why didn't I have... Isn't there like a second one in between? No, I'm thinking of the multi-target skills, right? It really is just Psy and Cyodyne, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, friends. I'm pretty sure that's how the skill progression goes in these games. I just got mixed up with the multi-target spells for a second. You know, the Maw things and stuff. Alright. Wait, listen to what I've got to say. The people I oh no, wait, yeah, that's right. It's law, isn't it? Yeah, never mind. That's right. It's usually it's usually, you know, maybe it really just does go from side to side on. Actually, man, I don't remember. Oh well. The people I kill are all criminals. They escape the law and the police can't touch them. I'm just like you Phantom Thieves. I work to get rid of evil in this world, so let it go. You're not the same as us. You murderdize people. We're trying to clear our name from people that think we're murderizing people when we're not. Sorry, but we're not the same. The Phantom Thieves never murdered people. No, help me, I don't want to despair.
Don't be ridiculous.
How can you say that if you murdered so many people? You better accept that you lost already. Prepare yourself. Fine, do what you want. Remember though, evil that ought to be erased will just keep popping up after I'm gone. We'll destroy evil in a way that's different from yours. You can disappear without worry. High counter. Yeah, we did it. The killer who cleans up trash. We just cleaned up his trash. Now he's not going to be murderizing. Yeah! Examine Durgan. Woo, it's open. We can now expand the range of our exploration. Then let's get going. By the way, I feel like he acts a little different than a lot of the Shadows do. The Shadows are usually like, okay, I'm wrong. But he was like, I'm still right, but fine. It's really interesting. It's so odd how that happened that way. But it sort of makes sense because of his conviction. And maybe that's kind of the point. I don't know, anyway. Oh yeah, it looks like we made it to some kind of new area. Wow, this place is a lot bigger than what I'd heard. I expect the Shadows here will be strong too, be careful. How did you hear about this place, Futaba? I'm confused. Anyway. Oh, the subway in real life. That's what she's talking about, right? Probably makes sense. Down. Penis, vag, penis, vag, penis. I apologize for the ear rape. Oh God, Jesus. Okay. Alright, what is it again?
You'll have something to hit their weak point.
Hold on.
Opponent's weak. Gunshots won't
Okay,
work,
so
try something else.
Psynuke. Perfect.
Queen, don't resist.
Anyway. What are you doing? Are you trying to kill me? Alright, hold on.
Wipe them out. They're done for.
Alright.
We felt that one.
We did it! Yay! Yeah, we did it! Yeah, we did it! Heck yeah, we did it!
Okay.
I handled that easily.
Actually, Makoto did, but you're still cute and awesome, Haru. And goddamn, Makoto is... My Joker is so goddamn... feels so goddamn lucky to have her as his girlfriend. Every time she beats the fuck out of some Shadows, awesome, like. But then he's also like, man, I better not fuck up and make her mad, because, ow, his balls hurt every time he thinks about that. And, in fact, there's all sorts of Fist of Justice jokes throughout the game, but, you know, in fact, like, there's literally a joke of, like, about peeping in Persona 5. There's, like, a situation in Persona 5 Strikers, where, you know, they're hanging out in the camper. Or, sorry, no, well, what is it? In Persona 5 Strikers, we're like, okay, so it's established that the guys will hang out, they will sleep in a tent on top of the camper. The girls will sleep inside, and then Makoto, and then, you know, there's that normal anime trope thing, right? That shonen trope thing. Because let's be honest here, Persona games are always shonen animes in game form. Also delicious and beautiful. And also, like, the girls talking about dessert. I feel like that's also a Japanese bias quote, like Japanese like sort of trope thing to make them more like moe-y and marketable as heroines in Japan. I don't know, but like words.
You can hit its weakness with physical attacks.
Yeah. What was I saying? But yeah, like there's like a thing where basically they say we got Makoto's Fist of Justice if you guys peep on us, which, you know, first of all, that's stalking, and also it's illegal, but, like, it's always a thing where, like, you know, the main characters are tempted to do it. Like, why is that such a trope? I feel like that shouldn't be. I feel like there's a lot of Japanese things that almost seem obligated to happen in games, which I don't think should, but maybe it's a cultural difference thing. Are you aware of, or maybe are you a Japanese person, or Japanese people in general that do not like these tropes? Because I'm sure there are, like, a good subset. But are there just, like, a lot of filthy otakus who can't go through a game without that kind of fan service? Like, why is their industry so reliant on fan service? Why is that such a thing? Please help me explain. Because most Western stuff isn't like that. Why is that such a Japanese thing? It kind of, as pervy as I am, okay, it still kind of bothers me a lot of the time. Because it takes away from the characters, and I'm a writer, too, on top of being a perv. And I'd like to say I'm more of a writer than a perv, and a story person than a perv, but that's extremely debatable, honestly. But yeah, like, I don't know, it bothers me sometimes. Anyway.